Hello and welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator 2. In the last episode, well, we water cooled some RAM. I think we did another tutorial of some kind. I don't remember what it was. It's been a while. It has been a while since I've recorded this game. So in the last episode, we had one job we weren't able to finish because I couldn't get the Cinebench scored. You guys remember that one? If you didn't see that episode, you should go back and check it out so you know what I'm talking about, because I want to try some things with Cinebench today. But we weren't able to get the Cinebench score, so it's been sitting in the delivery area waiting for me to level up to where I can probably buy the CPU that's needed to get the Cinebench score. But you guys had some suggestions in the comments. I think it'd be fun to try some of those out. Let me hop into the email here real quick. Let's pull this email back up. So they had a parts budget of $300. We spent $290 on buying a CPU. What did we get? We got a 2700X. 2700X, and it was not powerful enough to get us the Cinebench score they wanted of 5681. I think we were like 1,000, somewhere around 1,000 points short. Just for fun, grab this PC because I really do want to try some of the suggestions that you guys had. So let's power this on. And I don't remember what the Cinebench score was, so I'm probably going to skip this for you guys, but I'm going to run Cinebench real quick, just so we can get our score here and see what we're working with. So let's see. Let's do, I think they just wanted the standard run here. This is going to run pretty quick. I mean, 2700X is not a piece of garbage by any means. So this is Cinebench R20. And we're just about done. There we go. So we got 4504. 4504, and we needed, I don't remember what it was. We needed, we needed a 5681. So we're like 1,100 points, a little over 1,100 points short of hitting that score. So some of the suggestions that you guys had, one was overclock the CPU. I think that's a great idea. I think we should do that. We'll try that first. Some of the other suggestions were to overclock the graphics card. As far as I know R23 does not use the graphics cards at all, and I don't think R20 does either. Maybe I should look it up just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure R20 does not use GPU for pretty much anything. And then dual GPUs, if overclocking the GPU doesn't do anything, dual GPUs definitely isn't going to do anything, and I really don't want to spend the money to try out dual GPUs. So we're not going to try that one. We may try overclocking the GPU just for fun. I mean, this is all for science. I'm not trying to call anybody out in the comments. This is for science. I'm curious myself as to if we can make this happen. I mean, heck, if overclocking the graphics card gets us there, I mean, that would be awesome, and we would save some money and some time, and we could go ahead and get this PC back to this customer. And then we know for a fact, because I did it in the last episode, I turned on XMP for the RAM. So and that raised our score. So possibly overclocking this RAM and pushing it all the way to its max might get us somewhere. So obviously first we would want to overclock the CPU, then we'll want to overclock the RAM, and then we may move on and try overclocking the graphics card just to see if it gets us there. So let's see, 4504. Let me write that down. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to restart this PC. I want to hop into the BIOS, and I want to overclock the CPU. And I'm probably going to skip this because overclocking the CPU takes a little bit of time. I don't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me do this, especially if you know how to overclock a CPU. I do have tutorials on how to overclock CPUs from the original PC Building Simulator. I have not made new tutorials for PC Building Simulator 2, but it's basically the same way for the CPU. Overclocking the RAM is a little bit different in PC Building Simulator 2 because now we have access to not just the RAM speed and voltage, but we can change cache latency and all of those things. So that I don't think that this is going to have much bearing on Cinebench as far as changing latency and cycles and things like that. But speed is. So I'll probably just do a quick overclock of RAM speed and RAM voltage, and at some point I will release a video, a tutorial on how to do all of this with overclocking RAM. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to get this CPU overclocked first, and once it's stable and overclocked, I will be right back. All right, so I've gotten this overclocked. We are at 4,500 megahertz or 4.5 gigahertz, which is a 103% overclock from the stock or the base clock of 4.35 gigahertz. So yeah, we got a little bit of speed out of it. This is not the best overclocker. I could not get it to go anywhere past 4,500 megahertz without throttling. We're sitting at 1.6 volts right now just to get it at 4,500 megahertz. So it's not like we got a golden chip here. I know in real life some 2700Xs can definitely go over 4,500 megahertz at lower voltage. So this isn't bad. This will at least give us an idea. I did not overclock the bus at all. We're going to leave that alone because that starts messing with RAM speed, and I would have to turn X and P off, and then that's going to mess with our Cinebench score, actually. So let's close this out, and you can see what we hit here, max 87 degrees, no throttling, and we're pulling about 376 watts. So yeah, there we go. So let's run Cinebench again. I'll remind you of our last score, which was a 4504. Let's see what we can get this time. If it goes up any. Again, I don't think we're going to pull 1,100 points, but we're going to try. We're going to try everything we can. We're going to try everything we can. And then once we're done with this, we'll go do a couple of regular jobs to keep moving forward. But let's see. I mean, this feels like it's running faster. 4591. Okay, so the overclock, yeah, it didn't even get us 90 points. Didn't even get us 90 points. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to buy like a 5600X to put in here, and I'm going to have to, level up some. It hasn't unlocked yet. So, but next, let's try overclocking the RAM some. I think we're at 3600 megahertz right now. I'm pretty sure we can get this RAM to go higher than that. Let's take a look. Oh, and I thought it said in OCCT. I guess not. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and just power this down. We'll power it back up. I don't even remember what it was set at. I think it was 3600 megahertz. And yeah, 3600 megahertz. So I'm going to try to overclock this RAM, see if I can get any more speed out of it with manual overclocking. And once it's stable, I'll come back and we'll run another Cinebench score. Okay, RAM is now overclocked. This was not very good overclocking RAM. Just so you know, we went from an XMP of 3600 megahertz to me overclocking it to 3800 megahertz. And to get it to 3800 megahertz, I had to push the voltage to 1.6 volts, and I had to loosen the latency from 14 to 16. So now, yeah. So anyway, the cast latency's gone down a little bit from 14 to 16. So, technically, I guess it's a little bit slower RAM, but maybe it'll help. Maybe the speed, maybe the megahertz going from 3600 megahertz to 3800 megahertz might do something. I maybe could have pushed the voltage a little more. I really didn't want to go over 1.6 volts because I did not want to have to buy more RAM for this customer's computer. Yeah, I just didn't want to spend any more money on their computer than necessary, but it is running stable. So let's take a look at what Cinebench does now. So we were at 4591 with our overclock. Let's see if our RAM overclock got us anywhere at all. It doesn't seem any faster. It almost seems slower, which could have something to do with the latency of the RAM. Me having to loosen that. Oh, well, so we did go up some. We went from 4591 to 4613. So we're still not there yet. And then the last suggestion that was put out there was to overclock the GPU or add dual GPUs. Well, we can overclock the GPU and that's free. Obviously, I'm not going to buy a second GPU for this computer just to try it out because that's a waste of money. And a simple overclock will at least let us know if buying a second GPU would even do anything. So let's put GPU tuner on here. And we're going to try overclocking this graphics card and see if it does anything. I mean, like I said, this is all for science. Who knows? Worst case scenario is we've tried everything and we still didn't get it to where it needed to be. And when I hit whatever level, I unlock the 5600X. We'll buy one of those, slap it in here, and finish the job. So let me get this graphics card overclocked. Again, if you don't know how to overclock a GPU, this is basically the same as the original PC building simulator. I have a tutorial on how to overclock GPUs from the original. It is literally the same thing. I may make a new one just so that it has the new graphics and everything with it. But if you want to know right now how to do it and you don't know how to, go back and check out that older video. That being said, I will be back as soon as I have this GPU overclocked and stable. All right, so graphics card is now overclocked. We are 150 megahertz over on the core and 305 megahertz over on the memory. So as you can see down here, I mean, that's quite the step up, 110, 117%. So not bad. I mean, it's an RX 580, so you can't expect much. Anything over this is max for this right now. I tried bumping it up by 1, and we instantly blue screen on either. So this is it. Everything's overclocked. Everything's overclocked. Let's try Cinebench one more time. So this was our last score right here, 4613. That was with overclocked CPU and overclocked RAM. So let's see if overclocking the graphics card did anything at all. Did anything? Come on. I mean, if it does, that's awesome. I'm not going to buy a second graphics card to put in there, but hey, I mean, maybe it has something to do with it. It seems like it's about the same, but maybe not. Maybe it's just the way it renders. 4613. 4613. So overclocking graphics cards for Cinebench does nothing. Just so you guys know, for the future, this was all for science. Like I said, not calling anybody out about anything. Cinebench literally only tests the CPU and RAM speed. So we're not going to hit that score. What was it again? I don't even remember what it was. 5681. So we're still pretty short of 5681, a little over 1,000 points. So we're probably going to need that 5600X, which I have not unlocked yet. But hey, at least we found out. At least we found out, right? So yeah, overclocking CPU definitely works. Overclocking RAM definitely works. Graphics card, nothing. At least this customer is going to get a nicely overclocked. Well, I guess. I mean, we are going to put in a different CPU, and I doubt I'm going to overclock it, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. So this is going to have to go back here in the delivery area for yet another episode. Hopefully when I unlock the 5600X, we can get around to working on that. Let's close this out. Let's take a look here at what we've got. This one says, "Hi, Melon Rusk here. You might have heard of me. I'm something of a celebrity after my almost successful attempt to launch a rocket from the local cemetery last year. Don't believe everything you read, by the way. The old lady was hardly injured, and who visits a grave on a Friday evening anyway? Oh my. So I'm gearing up for my long-awaited second attempt, but I need your help to get it off the ground. I have to squeeze every last drop of power out of my PC, so I'm hoping you can overclock my GPU for me. Oh, hey, we just did that, so we know how to do it. I need it running at its optimal speed. Let's make history, Melon. So parts budget of 0, labor of $320 to get at least 1720 megahertz out of Melon's GPU. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at his stats real fast. What does he got here? 2070. Okay, yeah, I think we'll be good for. We can probably get it even faster than that. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Let's take a look at this customize one. It says, I hear you work with computers. I want a nicer looking machine. I want my PC to look like a Christmas tree. I've never cleaned it out. Is that okay? I think emoji stickers would look cool on a PC. Can you do that? Regards, Thomas Greg. Greg? I don't know. So, labor of 200, parts budget of 0. Set all RGB lighting to red with static effect. And then they want some emoji stickers. Let's see. Do they even have much RGB in this thing? I guess. I mean, that's RGB. I don't know if their motherboard has it. Okay, yeah, whatever. Whatever. We'll take $220 to set all the lighting and throw some stickers on there. So, let's go in this day. We can get stuff in. We can get to work. We'll turn this light off. Turn the light off. I'm trying to remember. Let's end the day. All right. Lights on. Let's see. Let's grab this overclock one. And we will go put it here. Do I have another bench set up for working on stuff? Actually, let's grab this one. We'll go ahead and put emoji stickers on it. We can do that right here. Man, it's a little dirty. We might dust it for them too, but let's do stickers first. Let's see. We'll do apply on glass, and we want emojis. Let's do a big old smiley right there. Let's do one of these. Shrink it down a little. Put it on the front. I don't know how many they want, but I guess we'll just put a few. Let's slap some on the glass. Because why not? Why not? We'll do the cool one down here. Any other ones? Any other ones? Ooh, let's do the 100. Do the 100. Bam. Okay. That's probably good. And then we'll come over here. We'll use this workbench. Take this glass off. I'm going to grab some compressed air. And we're going to clean this sucker out. It didn't even say he wanted it cleaned out, and we're going to do it anyway. Oh my gosh, this clean out dust thing is right smack directly in my way of seeing dust. 95, 98, there we go. All clean. So we need to power it on, and we need to set all the RGB lights to red. So let's see. We need a USB drive. Boop. And we need the lighting. Okay. So it said red, and then they wanted an effect. So we're going to select all. The red. And I know it wasn't static. How do I change? Here we go. Oh man, I'm going to have to back out and look at the tablet. Look at the tablet. Static. Oh, they wanted static. Oh, okay. Okay. So then we're good. Select all color. We'll just save that for them. So yeah. I think we're good. I think we are good. Let me get this side panel back on. And we can go plop this out here in the delivery area. There we go. Now, we've got this other one where they want us to overclock the GPU. Now, oh, look, it's going to be a tutorial, even though we just kind of went through it already. Yeah, so let's just continue. I'm not even going to read that. Using the cabling mod, attach all the... Can I not just, like... Really? Really? Okay. I can't even use the auto cable that I paid for. Like the monitor, power on the PC. Oh gosh. We're literally doing what we just did 3 minutes ago. And we're getting a tutorial in it. So this is good. Excellent. Increase the voltage to 20. Oh, okay, that's max. Increase the clock until it reaches 1720. You can also boost memory clock. Not necessary for this job. So, okay. So, they don't want us to push it any further than that? I mean, that seems... That's something. That's something right there. Oh, man. Wait for it to complete. Yeah, well, it didn't crash, and so I guess we're done. It says it's stable and ready to return to the customer. You're unlikely to break a GPU using software overclocking, so experiment if the PC crashes. Try running at a lower speed or add more cooling. Customers may ask for a benchmark score rather than a frequency. Use 3D Mark for this, which also serves as a stability test. Excellent. Thank you for your tutorial. So this is done. This is done. We can go put this out in the hall, and then we can collect a little bit of money here. Let's pull up the tablet. So let's collect that one. 5 stars. The lights really make the case pop, and they did a great job. $220 profit. I will take it. Get rid of that. And then we've got the overclock. Let's collect that. 5 stars, 320 bucks. Excellent. Let's delete that. New parts available. We didn't rank up yet, so we still don't have the 5600X that we need for the Cinebench job. Okay. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We finally have a build, which we will probably get to in the next episode. Because of all the stuff we did at the beginning of this episode, it's getting to be a bit of a long episode, and I'm going to have a lot of editing to do here. We've also got a job to water cool the GPU, which we will get around to in the next episode. Let's come over here. Let's make sure everything's good here. Okay. So like I said, we will do this build in the next episode, and the water cooling job that just came in, we'll read through those then. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, if you guys want to help support me, you know what to do. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description. You can become a channel member and all that other good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode.